Hey guys, Kira here from 50 Shades of Mom, back in my kitchen to share another cooking video with you guys. Today I wanted to share one of my favorite meals. I am a true sucker for mushrooms and a wine sauce, so chicken marsala is my go-to when I have that craving. So if you want to see how that's made, come with me and let's start cooking in the kitchen. Okay guys, so here are the ingredients that you're going to need to make this recipe. As usual, the exact measurements will be in the description box below. So you need boneless, skinless chicken breast sliced thin, at least 1 pound of mushrooms just sliced. I got about 4 slices per mushroom. Now this says beef broth. You actually need chicken broth. We are making chicken marsala. I just goofed and grabbed the wrong container. It's still broth and it's going to taste just fine, but the recipe calls for chicken broth and that's how it should be made. So yours will be better than mine. I also use Marsala sweet wine. I absolutely love this wine. I get it from Trader Joe's. You need 4 cloves of garlic sliced fine and diced real small like that. And then you need prosciutto, cubed and cut small like that, olive oil, and flour. So the first step is to flour the chicken just like you would bread it with breadcrumbs or anything like that. And then you're going to put it in the olive oil and you're going to brown it on each side. We're not going to fully cook it because we're going to put it back in the sauce once the sauce is done and let it finish cooking on the stove in the sauce to gain more flavor. But for right now, we're going to get a good crisp on the outside and get it nice and brown. Took our chicken out. There was a little bit more oil than I wanted to, so I drained a little bit that was left. You don't really need too much to sweat our vegetables. So we're going to add our garlic now, the prosciutto, and the mushrooms. We're going to cook this down until it's tender, and then we'll come back and add the broth. Okay guys, so we cooked these vegetables down pretty good. We got a nice toast on the prosciutto, and the mushrooms are cooked down really good. The garlic smells amazing. So now we're going to add our broth, and it calls for all 32 ounces. So we're going to dump this whole thing in here. Okay, so now that the broth is all in there, we're going to add 1/4 cup of flour. Just sprinkle it throughout. And then I like to use a fork. Normally I would use a whisk, but it's a little hard to whisk with the vegetables still in there. So you're going to use a fork and you're going to stir this up. Once it boils, all those little like clumps will go away, but you just want to give this a really good stir and let it get thick. Okay guys, you can see that it's like thick like gravy now. I make sure that I stirred the whole time. And now we're going to add 1/3 of a bottle of the Marsala wine. Now here's just a little trick. When I get the wine, I actually make little marks on it where the third would be. So it's right there because I've already used this before. So now I'm just going to pour down to that line. It just makes it easier to keep track of exactly how much to pour in. Alright guys, so we're going to stir, and what you want to do is you're going to let this stay at the temperature that you've been cooking it at, and you're just going to let this cook off the alcohol for just, I would say, between 5 and 10 minutes at that slow rolling boil. That'll really help take all the alcohol out, and then you're going to put your chicken back in there and we'll just be about ready and good to go. So I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Okay guys, so it's definitely all burned off. I gave it a good taste. It tastes really yummy. So now we're just going to drop the chicken back in here, sink it down a little bit so that it all gets covered. I probably should have used a bigger frying pan. I wish they had a bigger pan for these copper pans. This is probably the best pan I have ever owned in my life. Like, it truthfully just does not burn anything. It cooks everything so even. This really is like my favorite pan to cook in, but something like this, I have a feeling I'm going to run out of room. But I'm going to squeeze all this chicken back in here, and then all we're going to do is let this cook, guys, another 5-10 minutes tops, just bringing the chicken back up to temperature, and then we'll plate this up over some spaghetti. What? Oh, yeah? Yeah. Okay. You say chicken? Chicken? Good job. Good job. Okay, say let that cook. Can you say let that cook? Okay, great. Okay guys, so here it is all plated up. I can't wait to sit down and eat. It smells so stinking yummy in here. I just wanted to let you guys know that when you're cooking, if you see that it looks a little thin in the beginning when you first add the wine, don't panic, because after it cooks for a while, it really does thicken up, almost to the point where you could have even used more broth or more wine just so it was a little bit more saucy to cover all of the noodles. But I happen to like a little bit on the thicker side, so I left it like this. But I can't wait to sit down and eat. Did you hear that? Like I had to swallow because my mouth is watering. I hope this video comes out good. I kind of had the kids running around me while I was trying to cook today, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this recipe and you will give it a try. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. I do a Saute Saturday every other Saturday, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.